Hey y'all, I hope everybody's having a great day so far. A little windy out today, so I'm inside the barn. A little bit easier to talk without the wind blowing and messing up the sound. But what I wanted to speak to everybody about today, something the Lord's been nudging me to talk about for a few days, and I've kind of put it off, but it's something along the lines of what we talked about in this group for the past couple of years, actually off and on, and that's our sanctification process that takes place in our lives. And as we grow closer to the Lord and we begin to struggle somewhat less with some of those things in our lives that we did in the past. What I wanted to speak to address specifically today, this morning, is the focus. I think it's common in Christianity today to focus more on what Jesus can do for me than what I can do for the Lord and for His kingdom. A lot of contemporary sermons, a lot of contemporary Christian music is a lot about what Jesus did for me or can do for me, and those things are great. I'm so thankful for my salvation. I'm so thankful for the many great things that the Lord has done in my life. But what was the purpose of those things? Well, the purpose was to turn me into a disciple who would go out there at that point and go do things for the kingdom, to become an instrument of God's grace. And I think we miss that sometimes. John F. Kennedy once gave a speech, and he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country."
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
And we can replace country with God in that statement. Don't keep asking or keep asking God to do things for you. Start asking God what you can do for Him. And what I began to discover in my walk is when you change your focus from yourself to God, then yourself kind of gets taken care of along the way. Now, is He going to make you absolutely without any worries or cares in your life? No, He didn't do that for the Apostle Paul, and He's not going to do that for us. In fact, in 2 Corinthians 12, Paul writes, "Because of the surpassing greatness of the revelation, for this reason, to keep me from exalting myself, there was given me a thorn in the flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me, to keep me from exalting myself." A little bit later he says, and he, meaning God, says to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for power is perfected in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, I would rather boast about my weakness, so that the power of Christ may dwell in me." What's Paul saying? He's saying that this life is not about us and getting us fixed and making everything perfect in our lives. And once that happens, then we can go out and do great things for the Lord. Well, the message here is that we, and I'm speaking to myself as much as anybody else, we have to change our focus on ourselves. Our first thoughts in the morning aren't, our first prayers maybe shouldn't be, "God, do this for me, do that for me, do this for my family, do that for my family." Perhaps it is, "God, what can I do for you today? Show me something." Oh, that's all I have. So it's Tuesday when I'm filming this. We'll be meeting tomorrow. Hope to see everybody then. It's going to be a good time. Until then, I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Go out and do something great for the kingdom today. We'll see you soon.